Tokyo Ghoul is like walking into a horror-themed party, but the monsters are real and boy do they love their human sushi. We've got Kaneki, our main dude, juggling his new ghoul life like a college kid with 5 assignments due. It's all fun and games until you're a half-ghoul, half-human trying not to snack on your friends. Meanwhile, the ghoul investigators are on a roll hunting down ghouls like they're on a Black Friday sale. That's Kaneki, trying to figure out his new normal while dodging ghoul hunters and craving a bite of something fleshy. And let's not forget the gourmet ghoul Tsukiyama. This guy takes food obsession to a whole new level. He's like the Gordon Ramsay in the ghoul world, but with a taste for something a little more taboo. So grab your popcorn, or whatever non-human snack you prefer, and let's dive into the chaos of Tokyo Ghoul. Episode 5. This episode starts with Kaneki thinking he's got a breather, but nah, Tsukiyama's lurking like that creepy meme cat, eyes glinting and all. He's eyeballing Kaneki like he's the last slice of pizza at a pizza party. And Tsukiyama? Dude's a top-tier villain, smooth and sinister like a classic Bond baddie, but with a freaky gourmet twist. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The censorship. Man, it's like watching a horror movie with half the screen covered. All the blood and gore are blurred out, leaving us squinting like that Mr. Krabs blurry meme. But hey, on the bright side, we get to peel another layer off Nishio's story, and it's surprisingly sweet. Like, aww, moment sweet. His tale could tug at your heartstrings, making you reach for the tissues if it wasn't just a subplot. Then there's Touka, who tried to play it cool, eating Yoriko's human food, but now she's paying the price. She's pretending everything's fine while sitting in a burning room. Yeah, human food and ghouls? Not a match made in heaven. Poor girl's struggling more than a student during finals week, but hey, Kaneki's there, playing the caring friend, checking up on her. Enter Yoriko, who walks in and totally misreads the room, thinking Kaneki and Touka are an item. Cue the awkward monkey puppet meme, cause that's the vibe. It's an interesting twist, like imagining pineapple on pizza, weird but kinda intriguing. Turns out Nishio, our resident bad boy, isn't just playing the field, he's got a girlfriend. That's right, the dude's taken, and his love life's about to take center stage. Let's roll out Nishio's backstory, and it's sadder than a puppy in the rain. He's not just some lone wolf, he comes from a whole family of ghouls. But get this, his parents checked out when he was just a kid, leaving him and his sis to fend for themselves. Things go from bad to worse when his sister's human boyfriend finds out she's a ghoul. And this guy, instead of being a supportive boyfriend meme, turns into the ultimate snitch and gets her killed. Brutal, right? Fast forward to Nishio as a grown-up ghoul and enter Kimi, his lady love. She's like a beacon of hope in his dark, ghouly world. She knows his secret and still sticks around. Talk about relationship goals. She's even hardcore enough to offer him a nibble of her own shoulder when he's too weak to hunt. That's some real ride or die stuff right there. Enter Tsukiyama's master plan, a dinner party from hell. Our gourmet ghoul, who's got more mood swings than a teenager on prom night. He's a top-notch hunter and he's got his sights set on a 2-course meal. Kaneki and Kimi. Kaneki's not having it, and neither's Nishio, who's so hungry he's practically a skeleton waiting meme. Cue the epic showdown with Kaneki and Nishio looking like underdogs in a Doge meme. But wait, there's more. If it weren't for Kaneki and then Touka swooping in like heroes in a Marvel movie, our boy Nishio would have been ghoul toast. Talk about a close call. Meanwhile, Kaneki's hanging out with Kimi, probably trying to figure out if he can date a human without turning it into a Twilight Saga. After all, Touka and Itori were like those warning memes telling him to steer clear of human love, but plot twist, Kaneki's soft spot for Nishio kicks in and he's back in the game to save his former enemy. It's like that why can't I hold all these limes meme, but with feelings. But wait, here comes Touka ready to throw down. Except plot twist, she's weaker than a kitten thanks to all that human food she's been trying to stomach. So how's Touka gonna power up? The answer's as shocking as a surprise Pikachu. She needs to chow down on some ghoul flesh. And who's on the menu? Kaneki, our half-ghoul hero. With just a bite of Kaneki, Touka turns into a total badass, ready to face Tsukiyama. It's like watching a power-up meme come to life. And Tsukiyama, let's be real, he's like that hide the pain hero meme with that dark, gourmet twist. Episode 6. Post-Tsukiyama Smackdown, we're back to the Doves and Jason. It's like switching from a horror flick to a crime drama, intense but in a whole new way. Now let's zoom in on Hinamiya and Ryuko. These two are serving up some serious family vibes, showing us that ghouls aren't just about being spooky and eating folks. They're all about that heartwarming we are family meme life, building communities and even chilling with humans. It's like finding out the monster under your bed just wants to play board games. But hold up, let's talk about Touka after munching on some of Kaneki's gourmet flesh. She goes full Super Saiyan mode, looking like she just got Phoenix wings straight out of a fantasy epic. Tsukiyama, our gourmet ghoul, is suddenly playing defense like he's in a dodgeball game gone wrong. Remember how Touka struggled against Kaneki before? Well, tables have turned and now she's dishing out a whipping so bad the show's gotta blur out the details. It's like those censorship memes comes to life. Tsukiyama's getting schooled and Touka's the headmistress. Touka's risen like a phoenix from the ashes, showing us that a ghoul's diet is more important than a keto craze. Tsukiyama's down for the count and the Doves and Jason are back in the spotlight. But wait, there's more. We've got a Kimi situation on our hands. Touka's got her "it's complicated" face on cause humans knowing about ghouls is like posting your password on a meme page. Risky business. She's all set to take Kimi out of the picture like she's swiping left on a bad dating profile, but hold up. Here comes Nishio jumping in front of Touka like he's recreating the "I volunteer as tribute" meme from the Hunger Games. Touka, still in boss mode, isn't having any of it and goes for round 2. But then another plot twist, Kimi hits her with the "you're pretty" line and suddenly Touka's frozen like someone hit the pause button on her remote. This moment's deeper than a philosophy meme. It's like Touka's got this inner battle feeling like being a ghoul equals being the monster under the bed, but Kimi seeing her as pretty, even in full ghoul glory, that's a game changer. No time to breathe though, cause here comes Amon and Mr. Mato jumping back into the story like they're crashing a party. They're squaring up against Jason, our 13th ward ghoul who's more infamous than a celebrity scandal. Jason, minus the mask, isn't as loopy as he's seen before. It's like seeing the man behind the distracted boyfriend meme. Suddenly there's more to him. And the big question is, who's pulling Jason's strings? He's out there a lone wolf, making us wonder what his endgame is. Nishio's finally decided to stop living off ramen and leftovers. He's joining the Antiku crew for those guilt-free gourmet ghoul meals. Think of him like that Success Kid meme, finally getting a win. But he's gotta work at the cafe, so it's not all freebies and feasts. Meanwhile, Ryuko's got her hands full with Hinami. The little one's itching to see her dad, not knowing he's more Mia than my left sock. Ryuko's in a tight spot. She's like that awkward monkey meme, knowing the truth but not spilling the beams. But the plot thickens when Jason goes full WWE on Dr. Fuguch. Jason's motives are murkier than a mud puddle, and we're left scratching our heads. Is he with the Doves or just flying solo? Enter Mr. Mato and Amon, who, the dynamic duel facing off against Jason like a boss battle in a video game, but Jason's on another level. He dips out, leaving them with nothing but Dr. Fuguchi's body and a whole lot of questions. The Doves, though, they're like detectives on a crime show, piecing together the puzzle. They're on the hunt for Hinami and Ryoko, and it's not looking good for our ghoul family. Cue the dramatic shopping trip. Hinami and Ryoko out for books thinking they're safe, but bam, the Doves have got that sixth sense for ghouls. It's showdown time, and Ryoko's pulling out all the stops to protect her daughter. She's like a mama bear, but with more Kagane and less fur. The episode leaves us hanging with Hinami sprinting for her life and Ryoko throwing down. It's looking like Hinami might be joining the orphan club soon, and our hearts are heavier than a cat meme folder. Ryoko's gone, and it's like dropping a bomb in Touka's world. She's calling for war, and her first strike's got more fire than a "this is fine dog" in a burning room. Ryoko's death at Mr. Hato's hands isn't just tragic, it's sparking some serious questions. Why there a ghoul genocide rolling out like a bad internet challenge, and what happens when ghouls clap back? Then there's Mr. Mato. This guy's got more secrets than a meme page has jokes. How did he climb the ranks while being as shady as a pair of sunglasses? And let's not forget about those Quinkeis. What's powering these bad boys if Mato and Amon aren't ghouls? Cut to Kaneki fighting Hinami, who's more determined than a cat chasing a laser pointer. She's not heading back to Anteku, nope, she's dragging Kaneki to witness the aftermath of her mom's death. It's a horror show, and they're right in the front row. Somehow they dodge Amon and Mr. Mato slipping away like ninjas. It's like they've got some plot armor straight out of a Lucky Cat meme. They make it back to Anteku, but they're carrying more than just themselves. They've got a whole bag of trauma and questions too. Touka's out for blood, ready to launch her one-woman war after one of their own bites the dust. It's like she's channeling that woman yelling at a cat meme, but way more intense. Yoshimara, though, is playing it cool like the "keep calm and carry on" meme. He's all about peace, fearing that Touka's vendetta will bring down a dove apocalypse on them. But Touka, she ain't having it. She's out there taking down doves like she's in a video game. She clips Kusaba's wings and almost gets Nakajima, but then Amon jumps in and Mr. Mado crashes the party. Cue one of the most epic showdowns yet. We're getting a lesson in ghoul biology, with Touka being an Ukaka Kagame, think quick, flashy fighters, but with the stamina of me after a jog. Mr. Mado whips out this wild Quinke that's like a sword and whip had a baby, and Touka's struggling. She's running on empty, no Kaneki fueled power up this time. Yoshimaru's reaction? A total this is fine meme, even though everything's definitely not fine. He's like, I told you so, while Touka's licking her wounds. Meanwhile, at Dove HQ, the plot's unraveling faster than a cat with a ball of yarn. They're digging into ghoul shenanigans, and guess who's back? Jason, chilling in the 11th ward like he's the boss of some ghoul mafia. But the doves aren't just hunting Jason. They got their sights on Hinami too. And while Eamon's looking forward, Mr. Mado's past is like a meme that keeps resurfacing, mysterious and intriguing. So we've got Mr. Mado, the dude who's creepier than the creepy condescending Wonka meme. He's like the ghoul version of a nightmare boss, the kind of doves should be hunting but not hiring. There's chatter about how this guy could have been an assistant special investigator, but somehow he's climbed up the creepy career ladder. Meanwhile, Kaneki's in a moral pickle. He's half ghoul, half human, and totally not into the whole dove hunting hobby. But he's also not about to sit on the sidelines while Touka goes full Leroy Jenkins on her one-woman war. So he's gearing up, heading to Uta for a mask that's so cool it could be a meme itself. Suddenly, Kaneki's looking more badass than a cat in sunglasses. And Touka, she's all surprised Pikachu face cause Kaneki actually cares. It's giving us all the feels, but wait, there's more. Yoshimaru drops some wisdom about not getting lost in revenge. It's like he's trying to be the this is fine dog in a world that's anything but. He's got Touka thinking hard, maybe hitting close to home, and she's got this tough shell, but maybe, just maybe, she's got a soft spot for a compliment. Makes you wonder about her past. Maybe she lost her parents, and the only human who cared for her made her feel like a monster. So when Kimi compliments her, it's like finding a rare, wholesome meme in a sea of snark. Episode 8. Alright, Tokyo Ghoul peeps, we're rolling into an episode that's more intense than trying to understand a deep-fried meme. This time around, it's all about peeling back the layers of the Dove CCG's ignorance. They're on this ghoul genocide mission, but it's likely they skipped Ghoul 101 as they don't get what makes a ghoul tick. Or if these creepy critters could chill with humans without, eating them. But wait, there's a twist. We get a sneak peek into Mr. Mado's backstory, and it's like finding out the villain in a movie had a rough start. This guy's lost his marbles, and now we're getting a clue why. Now, Mr. Mado's not playing games. He's like a cat toying with a mouse, luring out Hinami and Touka with Mrs. Ryoko's remains. It's a move colder than a meme about winter in Russia. No respect, not even for ghoul kids. And then there's Eamon. With Kusaba gone and Eamon being all soldier-like, there's this fear creeping in. It's like watching that I'm in danger meme, but in real life. With Eamon turning into another Mr. Mado not giving a hoot about ghoul families and their little ones, now let's dive back into this emotional roller coaster that's more tangled than your earphones in your pocket. Hinami's world is spinning faster than a cat chasing its tail. She's grown up among ghouls, maybe even hung out with humans at her dad's clinic, and everything was chill, but now? Her dad's been murdered, her mom's gone right in front of her eyes, and she's left wondering if her life even has a point. It's like she's been handed a life sentence at birth, and she's questioning why she should even bother fighting when everyone she loves gets snatched away. Enter Kaneki, deep in thought like he's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. He's facing off with Eamon, trying to keep him from jumping Touka and Hinami. And here's the kicker, the doves, big and mighty as they seem, are clueless about ghouls. They know about Kagane, sure, but that's about it. It's like they're playing a video game without reading the instructions. All they know is ghouls snack on humans, nothing about how they came to be. If they could live in peace with humans, nada. Their mission? Wipe ghouls off the map, no questions asked. So there's Kaneki squaring up with Eamon while these big questions hang in the air like a meme waiting to be captioned. Those doves are on a mission, but they're flying blind. It's a battle of survival, and we're all just waiting to see who'll make it out of this maze. Kaneki's caught in this wild dance between the human and ghoul worlds. He's seen the dark sides of both. Humans like Mr. Mado going full American Psycho on innocent ghouls, and ghouls like Tsukiyama who'd munch on a kid like it's a Happy Meal. But then there are the chill ghouls, the Toukas, the Nishios, Yomas, and Utas just trying to live their lives with the only catch being their, unique diet. Enter the showdown with Eamon. It's like a boxing match, but with more teeth and claws. Kaneki's getting tossed around like a cat toy, but he's trying to prove a point. Ghouls can be peaceful. It's like he's trying to turn why can't we be friends into a reality. But as the old saying goes, sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, so Kaneki unleashes his inner rise. And he's not out for blood though. This ain't a death match, it's a lesson. He's aiming to smash Eamon's Queen K, but not Eamon himself. It's like that "I don't think I will" meme, but with more Kagane. Eamon's pride is like a stubborn cat refusing to move, but Kaneki's determination starts to get through. With each hit, Eamon's realizing his goal's not playing by the usual scary ghoul rules. He's fighting to make a point, not to kill. And finally, like a light bulb moment in a meme, Eamon gets it and backs off. It's Mr. Mato versus Touka time, and this fight's dirtier than a keyboard after lunch. We're getting a crash course on Queen K 101. These weapons are made from Ghoul's Kagane. And to add a twist sharper than a plot in a soap opera, Mr. Mato's Queen K? They're crafted from Hinami's parents' Kagane. Talk about a villain move straight out of Dr. Evil meme. But just when it looks like Mr. Mato's about to chalk up another win, Hinami steps in like a boss. She doesn't go for the kill, but snips off one of his hands. And not just any hand, the significance of it not being his left hand hits harder than a surprise twist in your favorite TV show. Touka's there, all gored up and looking like she's had better days. She's trying to take down Mr. Mato, but she's struggling like a cat in a bathtub. She's yelling for Hinami to finish him, but Hinami's got more heart than on Valentine's Day. She doesn't want to be a murderer, she's just a kid missing her parents. In this messed up world, Hinami's got a piece of her parents back, even if it's not the reunion anyone wanted. But with Mr. Mato still being a threat, Touka steps in. It's like a dirty job, but with more Kagane and blood. She then takes him out, ending the threat for good. Alright, Tokyo Ghoul fans, let's unravel the mystery behind Mr. Mato's madness, which is thicker than a plot in a detective novel. The big reveal? A ghoul took out Mr. Mato's family, and that trauma hit him like a truck. It's like he's the star of a "this is fine" meme, except everything is definitely not fine. He's been on a ghoul killing spree ever since, driven by revenge and a twisted sense of justice. It's like he's having a real-life revenge movie, but without the cool soundtrack, and here's with Yoshimaru's warning to Toko might tie in. Maybe he's the ghoul from Mr. Mato's past, or maybe he just saw what revenge did to Mato. Either way, it's a lesson in what happens when the revenge eats you up. Now Eamon's still kicking thanks to Kaneki's mercy, and maybe, just maybe, Eamon will start seeing ghouls as more than just monsters. But with Mr. Mato and Kusaba gone, will Kaneki's act of kindness even register, or will Eamon just get sucked into the revenge cycle too? Hinami's in a tough spot, questioning her very existence, but Kaneki's there reminding her of her mom's wish to live. It's a moment straight out of a heartwarming meme, giving Hinami a glimmer of hope. As for Kaneki, he's like a superhero with a double identity. He's got some control over Rise's power, but once she's unleashed, it's a whole different ballgame. It's like he's juggling the good guy Greg and scumbag Steve memes inside of him. Enter Yomo looking like he stepped out of a gothic novel with a plague doctor mask. He swoops in to help Kaneki tame Rise, offering him food of a lifetime. But then, bam! He gets gored in the gut and just shrugs it off like it's a minor inconvenience. It's like the embodiment of "ain't nobody got time for that." Yomo's intrigued by Kaneki, even giving him a nickname, Ken. It's like he sees something in Kaneki, a one-eyed ghoul with a foot in both worlds, possibly linked to Jason's crew. So there we have it, an episode packed with twists, turns, and a hint of hope for ghouls. It's a wild ride, and we're all just hanging on to see where it goes. Stay tuned, cause this ghoul tale's only getting more gripping.